Hello yogis, my name is Debbie Lash and I'm your yoga teacher for today. Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel and remember to click the bell and it will alert you every time a new class drops. Today's focus is lower back pain, something that a lot of us are suffering with, and I do know from people who come to my classes that when they are practicing yoga regularly, they feel a great release in that area of the body. And it's also a focus on building a little bit more core strength. So when the core is strong, it's going to support your lower back. But with a nice amount of twist, it's just going to create some release down there in the sacrum and sciatic nerve. So should we get started? Let's start lying all the way down on our back. If you've got some props, I always like to have them handy. Blocks, strap, blanket, not necessary, but good if you've got them. Remember, with lower back issues, we really want to protect the lower back by keeping the knees bent. So knees bent, and be mindful of how you come in and out of the poses. Just pause here. Take the feet as wide as the mat and gently let the knees drop in. And just take a moment to pause here. Roll the shoulders down, palms facing up. And drop into the practice by aligning your thoughts with the breath. Take an inhale for 6 counts to the top. And a smooth, long exhale for 6 counts to the bottom. So 2 more cycles of breath, just like this. Inhaling through the nose. Maybe a sigh out through the mouth. Exhale. And 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Exhale. Draw the right knee into the chest. And hug the thigh down into the ribs. Maybe circle the right ankle. Just wriggle out all those creases and clicks and clacks and whatever's going on in your body. Point and flex. That's it. And take an inhale. Let's just make some nice circles. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. And reverse it. Unwind it. Even though this is opening the hip, it's also creating space in your lower back. And pause here, inhale. Take the left hand to the right knee outside, and then exhale, turn to the left. This is a lovely passive twist. Roll the shoulder down. Don't worry if your right shoulder is lifting up. For a lot of us, we still are finding more space in the body. So bending the elbow here is a nice way to snuggle that shoulder down. Otherwise, a straight arm, palms turning down maybe. And energetically, you're pressing this top hip away. And 1 more cycle of breath. And inhale, come back through center. And exhale, change sides. Just pause, point through the right toe, circle the left ankle. Just hugging the thigh down towards your ribs. Point and flex. Just notice, is there any difference just from changing the switch of the legs? And inhale, nice big sweeping circles. I like to visualize that I've got a paintbrush on my knee and I'm just trying to make this sweeping movement, creating a circle. Unwind it. Pausing at the top. Right hand outside the left knee, take a twist. Bent elbow or straight arm, you choose. And 3 cycles of breath here. Ujjayi breath, internal gaze. Exhaling here. And 1 more cycle of breath. And inhale, come back through center. Keep the left knee there, hands behind the head. Take the right elbow to the left knee. And exhale, switch. This is called yogi cycle, opposite elbow to knee. So really trying to build a bit more strength in the core. So when the core is strong, it's going to support your lower back. That's it. Keep breathing, inhaling, exhale. One breath per movement. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knees into the chest. Hug the knee to the nose. And start to rock and roll. Think of this as massaging every vertebrae in your spine, which is wonderful for your spinal health. And one more, we're going to lift up and sit up into Navasana boat pose. Some of you might even put your toes on the floor here. Otherwise, hand on the back of the thigh and draw the thighs to the chest, just like you were a moment ago when you were touching the knees to the nose. Good. Some of you are going to stay here. Some of you are going to parallel the arms. Some of you may even float the legs up. Let's take 5 cycles of breath. And remember, you could come back here, 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 or lift. And maybe even want to hold. Yeah. Just whatever fits your practice today. Remember, there's no wrong or right. It's really just meeting yourself where you're at. 2 more cycles of breath. And cross the legs at the shins. Notice which leg is in front. And gently tiptoe the hands forward. Now, some of you might be able to bring the elbows down. You could even put a block underneath your forearms here. Some of you may be able to come all the way down. But your sit bones want to be touching the floor. And actually, some of you might be upright here. Just depends what's going on in the lower back. Press down, flex the feet. Press down, lift the chest. Sit upright or hinge forward. That's it. I'm trying to create space through the back of the neck by dipping the chin to the chest. 3 more cycles of breath. Focus the exhale into where it may feel tight in your body. 1 more cycle of breath here. Tiptoe the hands back. And inhale, both arms up. Breathe in. And we're taking a twist to the right. Exhale. Back hand could go on a block again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. And think of the hands like levers. So I'm pressing the hand into the thigh as I inhale, lift up. Exhale, rotate. So the twists are releasing the back. Just creating more space. Creating some ease. Well, there's lots of inflammation maybe going on. 2 more cycles of breath here. And exhale, come back through center. Change the cross of the legs. So for me, I'm bringing the right leg in front of the left. Inhale, lift. And then you're going to land your hands wherever you land. Some of you are going to be upright. You could even have your hands on blocks. If you've got a very tight lower back, you could have your hands on blocks. You could tiptoe your hands forward. You could drop the elbows to the floor and even stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. Stay here. 5 cycles of breath. I always like to think about the pose. What is happening from the floor up? So the sides of my feet are touching the floor, so I'm pressing down. As I hug the belly in, I'm not collapsing through the lower back. My belly is hugging in and up to the back spine. I like to soften through the back of the neck and create more space on the shoulders. And most importantly, I connect to the breath. Make sure that I'm consciously breathing, creating an audible sound. Sounds like a little soft whisper in the back of the throat. And inhale, come back up. Exhale here. Taking a twist to the other side. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right hand to the left knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. So again, you could, if you needed, have a block here to press down to create more space in your back spine. But work the hands like levers, pressing the hand into the outer thigh. So you inhale, lift up, exhale, rotate, and allow yourself to go a little deeper. One more cycle of breath here. And exhale, come back through center. We're going to come onto our hands and knees for a bit of cat-cow, spinal flexion. So spread the fingers, shoulders over the wrist, always thinking about your alignment so you're supporting yourself. Press down. My arms are lovely and straight. I'm hugging the ribs into the back ribs, front ribs to back ribs. Good. Now just circle around on the wrists. And go the other way. And when you're ready, pause in the center. Inhale, heart lifts, the belly drops. You don't want a big arch in the back. Exhale, round, stretching. So we're flexing the spine. Inhale, rounding the back. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, heart lift. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, heart lift. Exhale, round. Last one here. Exhale, round. Come through a neutral spine. Step the right foot between the hands. You could have blocks here. And just pause here. Hands on the blocks, hands on floor. You choose. Inhale, lift. Exhale here. Good. Inhale, walk the hands up. Lift up. Inhale, hands at prayer. Exhale, hug the ribs. And so we're trying to draw the ribs off the thigh. Inhale here. And exhale, rotate. 5 cycles of breath here. If you wanted to go a little deeper and you've got a bit more energy, you could tuck the back toe and fire up that back leg. But it's not essential. And really keeping the back knee down is going to take better care of your lower back. 2 more cycles of breath here. And 1 more cycle. Exhale, both hands to the floor. If you've got your blocks and you've got tight hamstrings, a lot of us do have tight hamstrings when we've got lower back issues. So straighten the leg, flex the foot, but bend the knee if you've got tight hamstrings, and stay here. 5 cycles of breath. This is the counter pose to the twist. Think about the back foot. Spread the toes, press down through the top of the foot. And 1 more cycle of breath. And inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, step the right knee back. Left foot forward. Bend the knee. Hands on the blocks maybe. Hands on the thigh maybe. That's it. You just choose. There is no right or wrong. I said that earlier. And really just meeting yourself where you are today. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands at prayer. And if this felt too much, you could actually keep the hand down and take the twist this way. Maybe that feels a little kinder to the body. Squeeze the buttocks. Pull the chest forward. Inhale and then rotate the ribs to the left. Exhaling here. And 1 more cycle of breath. Exhale, both hands down. Counter pose, half splits, round and round. Bow the chin to the chest. Back of the neck is long. Inhale, lift. Exhale here. 5 cycles of breath. one more cycle. Inhale, bend the knee, and flip it back. Good. Come down and sit on your heels. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. Palms facing up. Hug the belly in. Just take a moment to pause. Just feeling the energy shifting in the body. Maybe a shift in the mind. And just know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And downward facing dog. Again, you could use hands on blocks, especially if the hamstrings are tight. You can tuck the toes here, lift up and back. Now to get a little bit more into the lower back, take your feet as wide as the mat. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, and then lift up. Press down through the forefinger thumb. Notice my ears in line with the biceps, so the back of the neck is long. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. And then press the heels back. And when you're ready, drop the knees to the floor. Palms facing up. Just take a moment to receive your practice. And bring the hands together at prayer. Namaste. Thanks for sharing your practice with me. It is an honor and a privilege. Have a beautiful day.